pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome everybody to our December 11th Board of Selectmen's meeting. Board members in attendance. Joe Bailey is here.
John Hotchkiss, here.
John Caleri.
Is he here?
Here.
All right, we're ready for our minutes from the Board of Selectmen meeting of 12/4/17.
I have reviewed it already and I'm ready to make a motion that we accept the Board of Selectmen minutes from meeting dated December 4th, 2017.
My second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You too.
Nice pen, maybe I'll keep this one.
That's how I get it.
Oh.
All right. Stratford County tax warrant.
Yeah, it's time to pay that. You guys should sign the check earlier. So here's the paper that will go with it approving the $441,000 payment for the tax.
Laura, was it up, down, or the same as previous year?
I believe it's a little lower than last year.
Oh. Let the force be with us.
Well, that's two school payments.
Does anybody want this pen? No, we've used it to sign. Oh, never mind.
Okay, budget review. Last Wednesday, we had the department head meetings with the budget, Board of Selectmen, go over the budgets and stuff. So, this one here that we have is updated for year-to-date spent versus the line we had from last week, so just keeping it current for us. See where we're at for spending.
Could we take a moment to review the fire, because I had to leave, and I guess other people had to leave as well.
Do we know if the fire department chief is coming tonight? Do we know?
No idea.
You wanna wait a while to see if he shows up?
If you want to, we can go down to the department head and stuff like that, and if he shows up, if not, we can do it at the end of it?
Sounds good.
Okay. Now we can answer for himself specifically if we have any questions. Alright, so let's go into, I guess we'll just wait on the budget review and go into old business, school lights.
Okay, so they're up and running, all set.
I saw
If
them this
anybody's
morning.
seen them,
They're
yeah.
pretty bright.
They were. They
I mean,
definitely
they're
are bright.
It surprised me how bright they are.
I'd like to publicly thank Rick, thank Laura, Jeff Jacobs was involved, but got it done in a very quick time. I think you guys probably helped put the posts in and found the location. Woe be to the person that says they can't see those lights when they're on.
Right, yeah. Self-explanatory, there's no confusion there, it just
Yeah.
says wind flashing, so.
Right, yeah.
Did we take the other ones down that says when children are present?
I took that, I had to take that one right down the same day. We had 4 signs there, so we ended up having to do, we put the signs up ahead of the programming. So we just, that's what the blue tape was, where it said when flashing, it wasn't flashing, so people were gonna zip through, so now, once they got done, they untaped everything and they're going off on schedule, like they're supposed to, in the morning and in the afternoon, so. We've done all you can do there now, I believe.
I was surprised at the size of the solar panel. I thought it would be.
Yeah,
Yes.
It's not. It's a little tiny.
they're charging, seems to be.
Yeah, even though some days aren't real sunny, I guess it still works along. I believe it's half an hour before and half an hour after the start, and the same with the finish.
Right,
Right?
yeah.
When you want to change it for any reason, although you may have done it for a whole year,
Yeah, it's good till the end of the year.
okay,
Yep.
you have to kind of go down close to there to do it, or you have to
Yeah,
actually plug it in.
you have to go physically open a little box.
Okay,
You have to get up to the
Literally,
top of
when
the
you
sign.
plug it in, it's like 2 seconds of time before it just downloads, and you're
Okay.
done.
all right.
It's more time parking the truck and getting up on it than it is to download it.
Well, thank you all for your efforts.
Absolutely. All right, well, cell tower contract, Joanne and Mr. Roger. Sure.
No, that's
I know.
That's me. Here's your answer, the first line, you don't have to read the rest. Here's your answer on if you can get out of that contract or not. just this one. This is a whole nother
Why don't you read
contract.
it out loud, sir?
Hi Laura, there is nothing in the cell tower lease that allows the town to terminate it absent a breach of the contract terms by the cell company.
Remember that we had a contract and these folks have been researching perhaps a better way to get a cell tower. And in order to do that, maybe we ought not to be in the present contract. Well, I guess we're,
Well, this begs another question then,
yes.
what the terms of the contract are. Have they?
10 years, I believe.
Do they make some promises that they haven't fulfilled yet?
Well, I think that it's been about 4 years now into a 10-year contract and have absolutely no movement on it whatsoever. I think there might be some legs here for maybe breach of contract.
Yeah, I'd like
They've
to
done
see,
nothing, I mean,
I'd like to
so.
see the contract to see what they actually agreed to say that they would do.
When I called the company, when I talked to the guy down there,
This is Blue Sky, right?
Blue Sky, when I talked to him and let him know what was going on with this first net, he said that they were not, because I told him, so it'd be a good idea if you put a tower up now, because first net's gonna come through, and the company's just making a decision. And, they said they didn't wanna do that until they made sure that everything was on its go, and that they had somebody on the tower. They're looking for a rider on the tower. So, what they've been doing since Joanne put that information out to them, to my expectations, absolutely nothing. But that makes neither here or there. If anybody was watching Channel 9 on Sunday, they had the governor on there speaking, and also too, he has made his announcement that we are opting out of the plan for FirstNet. We're still doing FirstNet, but we're not using AT&T. We're using that Ramona or whatever the heck it is. I tried to get a hold of John Stevens today to ask him, what's the move on it now that we know that we've opted out of it. So I couldn't get a hold of him. When I get a hold of him, I'll make sure I come back and let everybody know what's going on with that. He's probably busy up there now trying to get things done with the governor, so.
I'm kind of out of the loop here, because did Blue Sky give any indication that they would be willing to negotiate getting out of the lease?
No.
Okay, so I haven't seen the lease, so I don't know whether
What-
there'd be some routes to push on that or not.
My thing was if AT&T came in and said, hey, we're gonna put the tower up, an AT&T tower, then if we're stuck in a contract with Blue Sky, then we're kind of, but the way it seemed to me was that when we were talking to John here, if the tower, anything that we have already dealt into, nothing would change on that. So, in other words, Blue Sky could put up their tower, and then the governor will put their stuff on it and things like, and go from there. So,
That's a possibility.
yeah. So, I'll get a hold of John tomorrow, talk to him, find out how fast this thing is gonna move and stuff like that. And I know we don't have a meeting next week, but the week after, I'll make sure I'm here and fill you in on what's going on, okay?
Joanne, your possible idea of going after the contract for breach of contract, all I see with that is dollar signs for lawyers. I could see that going on for years.
I could see it going on, but I'm not saying that there'd be a possibility of litigation. But it might be leverage against Blue Sky to do something.
Yeah. We can't just build another tower someplace else, can we?
No, because that,
Just an idea.
that, well, we could move 100 feet,
Right, exactly.
you know? and
We own
it
the
was-
property, we can do anything we want. If the town wanted to buy its own town, put it up there, we can do that, we wanted to.
You wanted to see the lease.
Okay.
Laura, at some point, could she come in and look at the lease?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, we're welcome.
yeah, this is fine.
That's awesome.
I'm still working on it.
I have one item before the department heads.
Sure, go for it.
Roger, you'd asked about the boat launch site on Sunrise Lake. I drove by and looked at it. There are no rocks visible in the path putting your boat in. So if any rocks are there, must still be on the water. I put in a call to Jerry Waite, who's done a lot of work with our beaches.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can get an answer from her about what can be moved. But I think legally, very little can be moved.
Yeah, well, it's like, you know, same thing with DES, all that, all the time, you gotta mark the rock, and you gotta pull it out, and now any mud or anything you remove is hazardous material now, so.
I'm smiling because I don't know if anybody in this room happened to see, this is when the lake was drawn down to work on the, I seem to remember headlights out there in the dark where the water was supposed to be. Anybody remember anything about
No,
that?
I'd never saw anything.
Yeah, I didn't either, right?
Somebody drove out there?
That must have been it, yes.
Yeah, it seemed like it had dozer tracks on it. and so-
That's right, it wasn't
Oh.
wheels, it was a dozer.
Oh, it was?
Then all of a sudden, a whole bunch of beaches had no more rocks, and the boats get in no problem, and
Yeah, and people had, used the boat, all of a sudden had props getting bent because of all the new
yeah, they moved
rocks
the rocks around.
dropping up.
Yeah.
Big box, let's straighten again, I'll go over there, I'll make sure we get it fixed.
Thank you.
No, yeah. All right, we can go into department heads, not that we have a whole lot of department heads, but Rick, you wanna go first?
Well, yeah, well, it's competition here, I guess. I don't have a lot anyways. Other than that, you know that you got the contract from Nelson Construction, and they moved some pieces of equipment in down here on the Ridge Road site. Did you know that? So now their contract been sent to the lawyers, now we're waiting for it to get it back, so he's kinda held up down there. Plus he had to do the notification of the permits for the AOT thing, that takes up to 5 to 15 days. But he approached us, wanted to move his stuff in down there, no one being around, we let him move his stuff in down there, but he's kind of on hold right now. And the way we look at that now is he'd probably be on even more of a hold because of the weather that's gonna change. I don't know how you guys wanna handle that, that's something that you think we're gonna have to babysit, because all he's gonna be able to do here probably after this week is just do the stump work. He won't be able to do any sensitive work where there's any buildings or any kind of structures are gonna go because of the frost. And we don't want him to get ahead of us either, you know what I
Right.
mean? That's one of the concerns we got, so, but there is some work that can be done, outside of where the buildings are gonna be. And if we wanna hold him to just that, but, first thing we gotta do is get the contract back from the lawyers and make sure everybody's gonna be happy. Well, we got it back from the lawyers and then we sent it back to his company, we're waiting for it to come back to us now. We should've had it today, we didn't have it by the time we left, so I don't have it tonight. Could be there in the morning, so. So I guess we'll just kinda try to keep an eye on it. He really can't do much right now until he gets he's got his stuff from Norway Plains for the file to let the intent know up there in Concord that's gonna go on, so. We're just trying to keep an eye on it. You guys may have to have a meeting with him to figure out what you're gonna do from this point. I don't know where that's gonna land. But he felt that he was awarded the bid, he ought to be able to move in, rather than we have paperwork up front, get stuff approved first. That's the way it ended up
Shouldn't
being.
stop before that, his lawyers get done with the paperwork.
Yeah, right, yeah, so we're kinda, that's where we're at. I just didn't want you to find out that stuff was down there and thought he was just going wild down there, but nothing, he hasn't done anything but to drop stuff off, so.
Okay.
And that's on here, the questions that came back from the attorney is the bottom part of that.
And you're working on that.
And those questions were sent back to Nelson, yeah.
Yeah, and they're supposed to send us back probably an updated contract with different wording, or some stuff that's in there completely taken out is what I'm assuming anyways.
So he's looking to do or start,
Yeah.
but you feel that he can only do stump work because of the weather.
Well, once you get frost, you don't want none of that stuff being done around anyway, your buildings or your parking lot or your
Right.
driveway or anything's gonna be, you just can't, you're not gonna get the compaction down there, and that's all it's gonna take is to miss that, and you're gonna have a building sitting on junk, so. But I'm not saying there isn't a lot that he can do, there is a lot of stuff he can do, I mean, if the ground don't freeze up thick, he can work on some of the sediment pond stuff that's in that contract also.
Good.
Cause that's not a building area, you know what I mean?
Well, with that frost, you won't have to worry about runoff.
So all these, little, are being dealt with through their attorneys?
Yes.
Okay.
And we're just waiting now for them.
Okay.
And Butch is in the pit on Kings Highway. That's that relocating, putting the road in down to the new lift for the pit up there. And that's something he can work on until he feels like he can't, because we're not building any buildings, we're just putting in some roads and cross chunks up there, you just set them off to the side and they'll thaw and eventually turn into gravel or sand or whatever it is anyway, so.
That's the question of the attorney on the contract, so.
I don't know how long he'll work up there, but probably until there's enough snow where he can.
What's he doing? What's he doing?
Relocating down in the lower part of the pit for the next stage of the pit, basically. And that was, we approved that early in the summer, it's just a matter of, he was gonna do that in the fall, and of course it's real late fall right now, but he's still, he's in there, doing what he can do. And when he's gonna leave it so that the snowmobile trail can still go through there, cause part of Mill Snowmobile Club approached us about it, and we're all set, he knows how he has to leave it when he's to the point where he's not gonna do any more. The other thing I got is, parking ordinance, and snow plowing ordinance. I've got some paper here, I was waiting to see if the chief was here, I tried to see him today. We gave him a list of some parking problems we got and some plowing across the road issues that we got. I know the plowing ordinance part, that's been pretty much finalized with penalties and everything. The parking ordinance, I don't know if that got completely finalized, but I know that, I think the chief was gonna work on that, so the wording was right, so it would be enforceable, cause I guess there's been several road that wasn't. You've had one since 1982 somewhere, parking ordinance. So that's one you can't blame on me. I can blame all the ordinance and the road post, you can't blame this one on me, that's way before my time, but
Well, not way before.
it has to be enforceable, because we've had vehicles towed here before, several times. So that's something that was the first time out, and it wasn't very pleasant. I know it was on a Saturday, but still, there was roads over there that a fire truck would have never got down through there,
Yeah.
both sides of the road, so when you gotta start backing plow trucks up a quarter mile, because they can't get down the road, that becomes an issue all the way around, for us and for the fire people or the ambulance people, so.
Yeah.
I was hoping to see, I got something that Chief Sobel did, and I'll leave this so that he can have it, we'll get it in his mail slot, but Chief Sobel addressed this issue very well in this letter, so maybe it's something he can just carry on and draft into his protocol that he does, you know what I mean? But basically, we just need some help out there. Once you get out there and do it a few times, it gets easier. They just stop doing it. We got a lot of new people in town, like I said earlier, and they just probably don't know, you know what I mean? And like every place that we know got sold over the summer, they're parking in the road. Wherever they come from, they didn't have issues, I guess, plowing or whatever.
It comes from down enough places to park,
So,
besides down the road.
well, you got some people that bought houses over there, don't have enough room in their driveway to park all the cars they own, so I don't know what you're gonna do with that. That's the other thing that's happened over there, you know? I don't know what'll happen there, they'll put them on their lawns or something, but they can't leave inside the road. Some of them people come from places where you park on one side of the road one night, and you park on the other side of the road the other night, and they plow this side one night, and that side the next night or something, but we're in the country, we don't have that stuff here, it just can't be in the way, basically.
Rick, may I ask what road?
Basically, everything around the lake. Pinkham Road area, we had issues down there on Allen Way and Pinkham Road itself. Over there around the lakeshore area, we had a problem at the intersection right across the street from you.
Okay.
We had a problem there, we had a problem on Karen Road, a problem on Lane Road, over on Estates Road, Holiday Drive, and Lincoln Road. So it's all that over there, this side. Eddie doesn't have anybody in his way over here. So again, natives on the left over this side.
Just plow them off to the side if they were.
Because Eddie didn't have a list, Rob had a list, Pete had a list. I brought the list downstairs today, so they got a list, so they can address them with their warnings or whatever the first time. The parking, one thing, but plowing across the road is a whole nother, that's another whole deal we've discussed, there's reason why you shouldn't do it, you can't do it. And that's right down to what your fines would be, which is a civil forfeiture to the town, that's money that comes to the town, doesn't go through the court system, but them numbers are in there. The parking ordinance, I think, that was questionable whether there was fines or anything in there, I think that's why they were gonna work on that themselves.
Is the business of plowing across the street statewide, or is it town by town?
Most towns have got it.
All right. It's not a state law.
It's not, I don't believe there's an RSA for it, I don't think, I never really researched it as an RSA. But, I mean, it only makes sense that you wouldn't do it, because,
Right.
It actually, right happened on New Durham Road, when that guy plowed across that road for like a quarter mile, and you had a car coming down bare pavement, next thing you know, he's on black ice, and then he's into the tree down there.
Yeah,
It's 200 feet in front of your house was the only ice basically in the whole town, so obviously you know who they went looking for, it was back to the homeowner, 'cause that's where it's gonna go. I mean,
Sure.
obviously we can defend ourselves, if you got dry pavement on both sides of it, you know, I don't know if they understand, it protects them too, 'cause
Yeah.
if that happens, the lawsuit will end up in their doorstep, you know, 'cause they're plowing off the material at the same time, they don't understand that part, a lot of them, but,
yeah.
so. And the only other thing I got is, I'm sure people probably heard it on the news, it happens a lot in fire departments and police departments and stuff. It doesn't happen so much in the highway department side. But an employee in Wolfboro Highway Department was injured in a work zone. He was hit by a vehicle and he was flown to Maine Medical, and he's in pretty rough shape. He's gonna make it, but his chance of working again are probably gonna be slim. He's pretty much destroyed from the waist down. He was a tall guy, didn't get all his vitals, but if he wasn't so tall, he probably wouldn't even be around. So we've collected at the highway department $125. I got a card here. If you don't wanna donate nothing, if you just sign it, I think he'll appreciate it. And his boss is gonna come pick this up and bring it to him personally from us, so. It won't go through with the whole thing that they got going on for him up there with raising money. He's just gonna bring this personally to him with his stuff from his guys, so. I just got it here, if anybody wants to sign it or anything they wanna do with it, you know, we'll take care of getting it delivered to the right place.
How long will you have it?
He's planned to be here Wednesday, but if he has to come by Thursday, it doesn't really matter, but
Okay.
at least till Wednesday, sometime in the afternoon.
See you.
They bought a brand new truck up in Wolfboro, and he's bringing it down to Durham, they wanna look at it, so they may be buying a truck, and he figured he'd just make the circle on the way by and stop by and grab this, and he plans to go up there and see him Wednesday night or Thursday, so. Again, you don't hear a lot about it on the highway side, but, we just feel that it's like the fire department or police and stuff like that, something nice to do, you know?
Where are you gonna leave that?
I can leave this with Laura if you want, don't really leave that with you.
That's fine.
The rest of the money we got is in an envelope, so if you collect whatever you get in an envelope, we'll just put it all together, and I brought just a card, so we didn't have to have the other stuff running around.
It wasn't Donnelly, was it?
No,
I just seen him.
I can't remember what, you got me now, Jimmy, I probably knew it 10 minutes ago.
They had it on it.
Yeah, well, you can just go back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he had everything on it.
no, it wasn't Donovan,
Blinking lights, he had everything on
well, he was actually in the driveway, he was actually pulled the pickup in the driveway, and getting ready to pick up the signs, and the guy in a bucket truck was working across the street, and the lady just come down, and it's like she accelerated, and they don't know if she tried to go around the bucket truck, didn't see him in the driveway or what, but she hit him at a pretty good clip, never hit the brakes, or like he wasn't even there, you know? Yeah. Yeah,
Got an envelope to go with?
what's that?
Got an envelope to go with? Put the
I don't
money
have the envelope, I didn't bring the envelope with me, Tony.
in? Put the money in it.
You know?
I'm sure Laura can
And
find us an
that's one of the
envelope.
reasons why all these other guys want the cops with blue lights like that. People who see that, they do slow down. The other ones, just for some reason, don't mean nothing.
Yeah, it could happen to any one of us. It could happen to anybody in the highway, fire, police, EMT, I mean, they're all out there side of the road. You gotta move over law, but still, that's not working either very well in parts of the state, so. But other than that, that's about it for me.
Rick, another sobering thought. I think this is twice now. Last winter, the town lost their shed. Hopkinton or Henniker, somewhere over there. And another one just lost it a few days ago.
I didn't hear that
The
one.
shed and all their equipment,
Burnt out.
yeah, burned down.
I didn't even hear
Started
that one.
with an S. Jeez, yeah.
Salisbury?
Sutton?
Well, last year, Wilco lost a shed up there too.
Yeah,
Last year, they lost a shed and some trucks up there, yeah.
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, wiring problem in one of the plow trucks, one of the smaller plow trucks, I guess. Yeah,
I wanna thank you for coming over and fix the holes,
no problem.
and then I wanna thank you for wiping out my mailbox.
That wasn't me personally. So you can't thank me, but I'll let Eddie know you thanked him.
Oh, you know, he didn't take the whole mailbox, he just took the door off.
Oh, yeah, that saved you from having
He's
to open
good.
it. It's just like mine. Now you're gonna start getting notice that your door's missing on your mailbox. I've been getting them for 10 years.
Hey, Roger, the postal service requires the door on the.
Yeah, well,
They don't
the door was inside, so I just took it out, I'll just put a couple more screws in it, it'll be all set. But I mean, he's really good, yeah.
I'll have to ask him about that tomorrow. Usually when they do that, they at least let me know they did it, so when I start getting yelled at, I know what, I know what's going on, but I didn't hear nothing about that one.
Rick, it don't bother.
Find out.
Alright, Linda, school board? Anything?
We haven't had a meeting since our last meeting here, so I have nothing to report other than tomorrow is the winter program for school.
The what program?
The winter musical program, the winter holiday program. 6 o'clock tomorrow at school.
Tomorrow night? Tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night.
What is that now?
Oh, the music, the singing, the orchestra.
All the kids and stuff?
Yeah. They do one now and then they do one in the spring.
Here we go.
Yeah,
You're gonna have
that's right, yeah, the snowstorm.
Yeah. This is gonna be
It's
your
in the
first,
rain.
your first test. Well, I hope you're right,
Yeah.
but I believe you're not.
Well, I hope it
It's gonna
happens
rain
early
after,
enough so I
it's
can
gonna
stay
rain after
home
we
all
get about a
day.
half a foot of snow maybe,
Well,
but,
then, good, then I'd like to
That's
stay home
gonna
all
freeze
day.
solid.
huh? Oh, then it's gonna freeze solid,
I know
yeah.
where I'm gonna be. Home.
Yeah, well, that's, I hope if it's gonna do it, I hope it does it early enough so I don't have to go
Right.
to work tomorrow.
Yeah, well, it's gonna start in the morning.
I don't wanna have to go to work and then be
Roger,
stuck.
you're here for planning board,
Yeah, we got nothing going on right now.
cemetery,
Uh,
same?
he's finishing up the bylaws. We're gonna get a meeting here in a few more weeks, the first, middle of next month. Matter of fact, I got it on my phone, and, sign those, the CIP's already been signed. So all we gotta do is work on the master plan, which that won't take us long. And I think we got some things coming up for the planning board, but I'm not positive.
Mr. Hoskins, emergency management.
Glad we don't live in California.
Really?
Yeah, that's terrible.
Boy, it's one thing when a wildfire goes through a forest, but it's wiping out entire towns.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, you get the aerial shot and it's nothing left, like a whole cluster of homes. And they're not $10,000 homes, those are very expensive, it's gone. So, all's quiet here in Middleton.
Laura from welfare?
I'm working actually with 2 different families right now. So I think it's picking up, it's getting cold.
Are they, qualifying?
Not yet.
Anything from, treasury?
Yep.
We need some news tonight, I got an article that has to watch. Come on, guys, you gotta help.
Public participation, yeah.
You're right about the snowstorm.
On water side, we had 4 cod of wood. We've given out 2 cod. We got 2 cod left. So if anybody who really needs it, let us know. But right now we've got 2. So.
So by Sandy's checking, we have total cash available, we'll just round it up, $1.3 million. 1,299, 528.35.
But that's probably before we just paid the county tax,
Right.
so it's probably a bit less.
Oh,
400,000 less.
442 coming out of that, so. And they're supposed to reconcile with Laura's, and Laura says it's 1.399, yeah, 1,339,130.73. She has goose eggs, is what we wanna see, the goose eggs. So there we go.
Do we have a cumulative percentage of where we stand with the budgeted versus expenditures?
Yeah, it should be right on here. Yeah, what percent has been expended? Shouldn't the amount on the last page, or?
No, you're not gonna have that on there.
No,
We're
we are.
probably at 83. Probably 83% right now.
And right now, we should probably be around 96, 97, so. We've only a couple weeks left. There's no fire, no police, no ACO, so nobody in conservation can speak. Law enforcement had to go home real quick because he had a plumbing problem in his house. Anything from the town clerk, tax collector?
Yep. Here are her monthlies.
And grand total for the month of November. She took in $67,691.96.
For what?
Well, some is building permits, corn stock income, electrical permits, hunting, fishing, motor vehicle reservations.
So none of it's what I call ordinary property tax.
No, this
Right.
is other than
How
property
much?
tax.
67,000? Oh,
You
that's
get
a fair amount for
For what period?
dog licenses.
just the month of November.
How much for cat licenses?
Nothing.
It's gotta be in line.
Hello, John. You might have about 20 sitting down your doorstep like that. Oh, I'm sorry, that's right, you have the rabbits. We don't have regular cats, but that's gonna be the rabbits.
Rabbit much.
So, hunting, fishing license, we took in a whopping $36.50.
I did my first snowmobile today.
Did ya?
Yeah,
So,
it's
Did
more than
you?
last
Put on
year.
up.
I give her credit. She is
Hey, she's trying, I think. a little
expanding
bit
the
out there.
services.
She's always pleasant, she's willing to do anything she can to help you.
Yeah,
I mean,
That's the way it's supposed to be.
very nice.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
I think
That's
she'll
small
get
town, it
raised.
should be that way,
Customer service.
obviously.
Yeah.
$36 a year raise right there.
Assessing, anything for assessing?
yep, she printed out a report. She would have stayed, but she's coming back Thursday to work for me, so.
Okay. This from Gwen English, Middleton DRA monitor Chuck Reese will be visiting Thursday, December 14th. Pick up property cards representing a sample of the 2017 cyclical review work conducted by Avatar. Mr. Reese will mail postcards to the property owners in hopes of visiting the property to review both Avatar's work and my data entry. No date for the postcard mailing has been set, part of the DRA monitoring process. Regarding John and Carol Fournier's 2016 BTLA case, the assessor met with John and Carol Fournier here at the municipal office on Thursday, December 7th at 9 a.m. as required for mediation. They were not able to reach an agreement regarding the assessed value of the property. Hearing to be, date to be determined by the BTLA. Sincerely, Gwen English, assistant clerk.
I guess they didn't come to an agreement because the homeowners are not allowing them in the house. So they cannot do an assessment and they cannot get in,
Makes sense.
so.
You may know what BTLA is?
Bureau of Land Taxation.
Taxation
Assessment.
Land Assessment, yeah. It's over in Concord. It's the, always in Concord, oversee all the assessments and so forth.
They just checks and balances, make sure advertising, not doing anything wrong for the town administrator. Got no problem with that. So, all right, I don't know if I mentioned EMS, there's no way, Lori, I don't know if you can speak for them or not, so,
No, I really don't have nothing.
okay. And zoning,
Zoning's quiet at the moment.
and that's it. All's quiet on the eastern front. All right,
Yeah.
do we have anything under new business?
snowed. And Rick won the thing.
Was it you, Rick?
Yeah. But I put it back,
Put it back.
so.
next year's?
Yeah. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to get it, so you pick the exact date when it's gonna snow, rather than the closest day of it. Who knows, that thing could go 2 or 3 years, you could win $300-400, you know what I mean? Well, the reason why I put it back in there is because I figured them guys would have figured it out if I got there this morning, but they hadn't, so I went in to do it. Cause everything's in one can, all the tickets are in one can, the money's in the can, it's all in the big ball, so I pulled all the money out, I thought I shook it all, got all the tags out. Got all the white tags out, trying to figure out who's the closest, and it was down to Rob and Clem, another guy. So I was okay, well, it's between them two, we're gonna split it. So I get counting the money, and in between the money, and I didn't even remember my date or anything when I put it in there, between the money, I picked December 8th. Cause I'm in the office all by myself, and guys, oh yeah, I bet we can smudge that ink, you know. So rather than worry about it, I just said, you know what, I'll do what I did 2 years ago, I'll just put it all right back in the can, and we'll start all over again, so. Yeah, no confrontation here, you know what I mean?
It's like Tammy and I, we have go those 50-50 draws and stuff like that, we just give it back, you know, there's fun winning it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think we're gonna try that. See what happens. I mean, somebody could pick it right on the money next year, but just if they don't, we're averaging anywhere between $70 and $100 a year. And we get it out late all the time too. We never seem to, it's not one of the things we prioritize is to get that out here, but if we get it out a little early, it might get even better.
You gotta be careful, that's gambles, isn't it?
Well, that's what we tried. We wanted to make sure it was all right. That's why we kind of didn't even worry about it over here at first, but everybody likes like a chance like that. I mean,
Can you specify that this is for entertainment purposes only?
it is, yeah.
We're clear.
Yeah.
Bragging rights.
I mean, if we went over there, it just goes right into coffee or whatever anyways, most of the time, you know?
Alright, so we're gonna come back to the, budget review and stuff like that, so, I mean, we updated our monthly expenses on our, actually, the remainder is gonna be different from what you guys have. You will have the information for your next budget meeting. And there'll be more, cause every time you turn around and do it, it's gonna change.
Right.
Up until the end of the month, so by the time you have your next meeting, like, yeah, we'll make sure you guys
What's
will
been
have.
spent to Shane, is that what you're talking about?
Right, so as the bills being paid,
Yeah.
that's gonna change.
Yeah.
So it's gonna count down, like, go down to 0 or whatever.
But,
But we're gonna look at the fire department.
yeah,
So, but page
Laura,
5.
I'm on page 5. I'm not asking you as secretary, I'm not asking you as a member of the fire department, just as someone who has track of the bills. All right?
Yep.
I'm looking at 4220-10, vehicle maintenance. It looks like we haven't spent much. Are the bills coming in?
The ones that I've gotten, I've
Didn't
paid.
they just take the ambulance down and have some work on it, John?
That's not the ambulance. The ambulance one's up here on the EMS vehicle maintenance, and we're
Oh,
at, we've done 1204, and we haven't got that bill for the title yet, so that'll come out of there. But that's a whole separate line.
Okay.
This
Moving
is for
down,
the other ones, the other.
4220-14, radio repairs. Again, it doesn't look like we spent much.
No, wasn't he supposed to buy a new radio? Maybe I just haven't gotten that invoice
Okay.
yet.
All right, thank you. John, on your uniforms, looks like we haven't spent much.
I know he's working on that now.
You got, remember he talked about getting Griffin a set of gear, that'll come out of that line.
I thought we paid most of it. Time to get the bucket, get the moose and all the other stuff like that.
Yeah, you said it was pretty expensive, I think.
Yeah, it's about $3
I was
grand
gonna say
per
3 grand or
person.
something, I think. you
Our
said.
boots alone are about $800.
I don't get reminders,
No.
I know.
I just hope he gets them in before the end of the year, before we do the closing for the audit. Otherwise they come out of the next budget.
Well, we'll make sure that he has, picks up his bills, get the program taken care of, so.
Does not look like his budget
Yeah.
has changed much other than the increase in salaries.
Right.
Check everything else.
I looked at it too.
Okay, that's enough. Good.
Alright, so. Alright, review.
Did you wanna review your budgets? Or,
We should. Good
so
point,
it's kind
Marty.
of just
I mean,
me filling it in?
Okay, we're doing this.
I mean, just go pick out things that you think are
Well, my big thing
questionable.
is, overall, the bottom line to our budget, stuff like that, is probably just the salary, right?
The executive one is the salaries, and then you have the equipment, because I'm doing the new computers that need to be replaced.
Right.
And then you're gonna, computer support, I'm doing the whole Microsoft thing, so those are your changes on that.
So that's the big
Those are
nuggets
your
right
biggies,
there.
yep, for that whole section.
It's not a choice because it's just not a choice. So,
Why is it the salary that brings it up? Or no?
Yeah,
No,
your
it's a-
5%, no, and then you got, the
Something
new
else.
equipment cable
Yeah.
is jumped.
4130-46.
Yeah, that's double, okay.
And then the 4130-70.
Computer, okay, gotcha.
And we are looking to have a different vendor to come in and support us.
Yeah, we're looking to meet with, 3 different ones right now, yep,
For computer support.
yeah.
So that's Armon
Yeah.
that might
Yeah.
be replaced.
I'm thinking we would get, more there for something, maybe a smaller company that'll give us a little more attention. And I did reach out to Daryl,
And
he doesn't do it anymore, so he referred me to one of his friends
What's he
that does
doing?
it. He's doing something with cruise ships. I don't know, I tried.
this guy, he worked for Armon, and he lived in Molten Borough, and he'd come by here all the time. I mean, this kid is good.
He was good.
I mean, he's really, really
Yeah, I
good.
told Rosh off one time too, it was,
Man, and
He
he's
knew
smart.
this building inside and out, everybody's.
And he had no
computer.
problem coming over and helping us for any little thing we needed like that, and all of a sudden, I mean, especially when Debbie was having some problems in there, big time. I mean, he would come up and it was part of his thing to do what he had to do for them, and he'd do it. Now, if you want something with cruise ships,
Yeah, I know.
Big money,
man,
big money.
that's a loss, man, we gotta get him back. Had to go with him just exclusive, he's that good, so.
Let's see,
All right,
government.
Move on,
Yes.
government, page 3, 4194-41.
Okay, so those increases are for the carport repair and the door area downstairs, the stuff that we got quotes for back in the spring.
Should those be separate warrant articles?
I think we talked about that the other, at the meeting last,
Uh,
we talked about that supposed to be considered like a project type of. I
I don't know the answer to that.
When we did the lights last year, wasn't for the school, was that a separate warrant article?
Yep,
It was a kind of a special item. Would this qualify as a special item?
I don't think so, you just
You look, I think you can look at it
repairing
either way, honestly, I mean,
Right.
it's
Yeah.
an existing structure that we have that we need to
your
maintain, take
building
care of.
repair, your building repair line should cover that, right? Your maintenance
things.
of
That's
your
where it is, in
building.
the
Yeah.
repair line, that's where I left it.
Yeah, so
Because he
you're,
just wants to finish them, it's not like we're starting a new carport,
Right.
you know.
That's good. The fire station repairs, I think is for the security.
The doors,
locks.
yep.
Okay.
And I did have that in both, and I took it out of his, because I had put it in both.
I like that repair the highway garage,
Yeah.
Yeah.
very little, almost nothing. We got that a couple years ago.
That's right, yeah. Yeah, we did a good run on it now over there.
The heat went up a little bit.
Yeah.
Good.
And I just got another propane bill too for here. Where's that? It's like $1,000, so propane must have went up quite a bit.
And we need to start looking for the, shopping the price of.
Because we only budgeted 600.
I'd like to know what they're charging for propane per
Well, I
gallon.
can look on the bill that we just got, yeah.
No, but after the meeting, I will look at that,
Okay.
because
Well,
same
especially, that-
company, I just got my tank filled and I got.
especially that's just for the
So,
generator, right?
So what are they,
Yeah.
because they just filled something for $20, and now they're filling something for $1,000.
Here or over there?
No, it said this, it said the Muni building.
I don't even think they get $1,000 worth of propane in this tank out here, can they, Joe?
Depends how much it costs per gallon.
Well, true, but
So
this,
maybe they had it
this
labeled
is,
wrong
Who do we
too.
have here?
I think it must be.
Maybe it's the fire one?
I bet it is. 'Cause that's gonna, now that's gonna be your town hall too, your old town hall, cause that's propane
Right.
now, so that would make more sense.
$1,000 tank, and
over
you have
there.
the building, you have the fire department,
So
you
where's
have the
that?
shed. So you
They're
got
both
three
over
buildings
already.
at one tank.
So the $20 one would make sense, cause that only runs this generator right here, that's it. And it only exercises until you need it in the power outage,
So
so,
one price for everything.
I'd question that.
Yeah. So we're thinking it could be the one at the old town hall. So that if that's the case, then they're both over severely on their heat. The old town hall and the fire. Because they're already
Right.
they're already over what they've been budgeted, and if I have another $1,000 bill, that means each one's gonna be over another 500.
Well, and the issue, part of the issue is, and I've said it 100 times, and I'll talk with the fire chief about it, but you hit the button and take off, go out. They have a button that's supposed to shut the doors, they don't, they go by then, the thing's finally open, the thermostat's set on 60. Because it has to be set on 60 to get for the ambulance. That's the minimum setting. So when I were out there for 2 or 3 hours and those doors are open, they're eating outside. It's foolish. Just hit the button. That's what they're for. You know, everybody's assuming the next person's taking care of it and nobody does it and now we're paying for it, so.
Yeah, something's happening, you gotta remember, that town, the old town hall wasn't even heated. A lot of the time, last winter, we just had heat tapes keeping the lines thawed out, because it wasn't even heated, so
That's right.
something's gone wrong, man.
The trailer's on there too,
Yeah,
the
that-
office
that-
trailer.
Now that, since we put that gas heater in there, are they still using the electric heater at all?
I have no idea. I couldn't tell you how that works.
I wonder, they must make a, like an electric eye type setup. That, you know, you hit the door and you open it. Once the rig goes out, it trips the eye and the door closes behind it. If it's that much, because I can understand they're going to an ambulance call, they're probably pretty wound up and,
They know so it's not the ambulance crew doing it.
oh,
We closed the door.
well, or, you know.
Fire
whatever.
closes the door
I'm just
too.
saying, if it's costing that much money in heat, it may be worth looking into an automatic. They gotta make one.
Come on.
Well, that would work
You're
except in
pressing
the
a
middle,
button.
you have 2 vehicles that could come out of there. So if the first one goes and the door starts to come down, you got the
Oh.
second one coming out.
Well, you wouldn't probably don't put one on that, or is that the one that usually gets left open?
I think that's the one, cause the
Well, the
rest
last time,
is-
I'll be honest, the last time I went by, all 3 doors are open.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
good
mine,
wall.
mine will have them all.
So,
Don't forget the side doors.
no, I didn't see that one open, but, you know.
Wow,
It
that's
doesn't take
good.
long to burn up a chunk of gas.
Right,
It's
no,
set to
no,
60.
definitely,
Yeah.
yeah. I just thought maybe there was an automated solution.
You know, it's a good
There
idea.
is. It's called the remote on your dash. You just press the button. That's the cheapest way out of it. $59 per vehicle. Anyhow,
So I did move the school patrol to the police full-time, so you'll see that's now zeroed out.
okay. Yeah. I think all the other questions and stuff like that will come up in the budget committee. Yeah. So. And I know John wasn't here for the meeting like that, so I'll come to the budget committee meeting with him if you have questions. Like I said, you'll have updated this stuff all as well, so.
And that's pretty much it.
Because you can't make your decision until you have the info. All right, so, any public participation? Okay, then I guess we have a motion to adjourn at 7:20 p.m.
So moved.
It'd be still my
Second.
heart. All in favor?
Aye.
Me too, let's go.
Good job.